decide to go live. Got everything plugged in. Hopefully the reception is okay. I'm gonna kind of take you through the process of driving in a storm. The road is shut down, so we're gonna be on some side streets. I'll put it over to the side to get everything set up. Number one thing is safety, right? Get everything set, be safe, know where you are, know what you're doing. So we're gonna have to take some side streets, and through side streets, you're gonna have stop signs, yield signs, have to do some three-point turnarounds. So I'm on a side road right now. I got some people kind of looking at me and spying on me here, right? Just changed screens, so I'm gonna show you something. At where that cone is, there's a guy who was peeking out looking at me, but he popped in right now. So what I'm gonna do is put it in reverse. So I'm gonna switch back and forth. I see this car coming. I'm not gonna panic. They should be able to get over to the right. And then if they can't, then I'll just have to get over. But you don't want to block an alleyway. So I just want to be careful. And then they're going to go ahead and go past me, which is fine. I'm not looking for trouble. I'm not making trouble, but I'm going to show you some of the things you need to do in a metro area. This could be Metro Detroit, Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, California. So now I'm going to switch screens back. Okay, I'm going to put the car in reverse. I have my center mirror adjusted so I can frame the rear window, my driver's side mirror, so when I'm driving, I can look to the left. You see Myles looking to the left, and then you see me looking to the right. Okay, you're gonna hear our chime go off because cars will go by and hear that noise? Yeah, you hear it again. You'll hear it again. Listen. Okay, so I'm gonna start backing up, and you're gonna hear the chime go off to let me know there are cars coming. And that's, see that? Oh, this must be a dog shelter. I want to show you this, okay? So they got a big bull mastiff. That dog is like 110 pounds. That's a big dog there. But they need love too, right? We're about, showing people love. Okay, so you hear that chime, and that tells us there are cars behind us. It can be annoying, but that chime can save your life, okay? So what I'm going to do is back up. And I'm still looking, just waiting for all these cars. So now it's going to be, it was like 2 or 3 cars. Now it's 10, it's 15, it's 20 cars. So I'm just waiting until there's a gap. But older cars don't have this backup camera. And sometimes on your test, I don't recommend and use it. Last time I went live, I talked about a guy trying to parallel park. This is your best backup camera. You looking around, okay? And this is a canine dog program. This building, I'm gonna switch screens a second. This building, they train canines in here. This could be for state police, city police, or people who want personal protection, right? So I'm gonna switch screens back. And seriously, I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm slowly rolling down this car, showing the vehicle. And this is a really good lesson. Animal Adoption Society. This is nice. So I'm slowly backing up. And eventually I will get out. If you're impatient, you're like, I can't get out. But I'm just going to wait. And I see people come through the alley. So you got to make a choice. If I go through the alleyway, I could puncture my tires. Our alleys aren't clean. I think the main road up there is blocked. Okay, I'm slowly getting out of here. I can't bully my way, so I'm just trying to wait for a gap. A gap is the space. So this is new. You see me backing up. Okay, I'm backing out now. All right, there's a city bus behind me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this alleyway. And I know you see that city bus behind me. If you look in the screen, you're gonna see a city bus behind me. See that city bus? Okay, I'm gonna go through the alleyway now. Hey, how you doing? We're talking about driving in the silly alleyway. There was a flood. So normally I don't recommend going through alleys. This alley looks pretty clean. I'm looking ahead. There's debris, nails, metal, and that could puncture your tire. So if you don't know how to change a tire, then you're gonna be messed up. I'm looking left and right. So I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. I'm looking left and right. I'm gonna roll through really easy, and let's go in really slow. There's a huge crane truck to my left, so I'm gonna keep moving through the alleyway. It is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so we're in the alleyway, and I haven't done this before, so this will be a really good teachable moment. We have to yield to the main road. The alleyway is the secondary road. I'm looking, I'm checking, clear. Now I'm gonna go across. I wanna go all the way over to the left. And a lot of beginning drivers mix up left and right. And this is called a J-turn, okay? Don't cross that white line that is right here anymore. I'm gonna let you hear some of these sounds of the city. That's that Mach-E electric vehicle. So they wanna try to cut in and then zoop, they went down to the next one. So we're waiting for a J-turn. The street is flooded. And this vehicle is not like a high-end, has a lot of ground clearance. This is a lower vehicle. I see a Charger over there. We got a client that has a GT at home. But, you hear those sounds of the city. So if you're from the city, give me a thumbs up. And there's nothing like the sounds of the city. Oh, they already came around. So we're just gonna take our time, wait, and let's move slow. And that's all you can do. You should always have your tank at least at half. And if you are riding on a fourth of a tank, almost E, you're probably gonna run out. You don't want to be stuck in areas that are not welcoming. I always talk to you about that. So look, we got our regulatory sign. We got a stop, STOP, and we have our one-way sign. So I'm gonna come up and I'm waiting. They're waiting for a space. And this is a really crispy video. Hopefully it's pretty good. And we're just waiting. Got your regulatory sign, stop sign, and one way. A lot of people do mix up and make a right turn, and then you're going the wrong way on the one way. Had a friend in high school, not gonna name names, but they went the wrong way on the one way. I said, how did you make that mistake? I got confused in the downtown area. I said, man, come on, how you driving? It happens. So if you're not familiar with downtown Detroit, downtown Houston, Texas, downtown Los Angeles, California, you will have those momentary lapses, and then you got to stay focused. So you notice it's taking a minute to make our turn, and a lot of you are like, what's taking so long? There are cars here. You can't just pull out. You're going to get hit. And when you're driving in the city like this, it's a different type of road test or vibe than driving in a suburban area or driving in a rural area. You just have to be patient. This is why I have the windows down, so you can hear the sights and sounds. And as they move up, I move up. So we're still waiting here, and I'm not counting, but there's a big gap. So if they will go, then I can go. Okay, I want to be careful. I want to get all the way over to the right, and I kind of swung in the inside. I don't want to block. Hopefully the bus doesn't honk at me. And I'm going to show you, that bus is behind me. I'm going to try to show you. You can't see the bus yet, but I'm going to move up. See that bus behind me? That's that city bus. Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, California. So now I'm going to get back over and give you information. Okay, so this car just cut me off. That's okay. We're not trying to act all crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and let my mans get over, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, you're supposed to let people over and be nice, man. Always be nice. So I'm gonna get you on a mixture. I'm gonna get you on the service drive here. Oh, the freeway's not moving good. So now we're on a service drive that runs parallel to the expressway. Some of you would take your road test, and I have the windows down, so you're gonna hear some real life sounds. So we're cruising at about 35. Light just changed, off the gas. I'm gonna show you what you should be doing. You should be looking left and right, making sure the intersection is clear. We have a red light, so I'm off the gas. I'm at 20 miles an hour. Now I'm gonna squeeze my brake. I'm gonna switch screens. And now we are back to the main road. So you see that big white line that is right there? That is the stop line. If you really want to do it on your road test, you stop behind the stop line. And we're just checking traffic. If you just joined in, and I want to say welcome. Hey, how you guys doing? We're in the metro area. There was a rainstorm. We went through an alley. It took us a few minutes to make the J turn. These are the metro areas. So now we're going to continue. And most of these streets, the speed limit is about 35 or 40 or 45. That's it. I do have the windows down. I want to give you real life sights and sounds. If you've been through the city, let me know what city are you from. maintain a good speed. We're a little less than a half a tank, and in this topical traffic, I'm just lifting my foot off the gas because that's how you get hit. You see that car cut across like that, you get hit like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Things are good. I'm gonna keep it rolling. All right, everything's good. And then of course that car did not have they did have a blinker. I'm not even on the gas, so we're moving at 20 miles an hour. You see some warning signs up here. I'm gonna go ahead and roll up the window. I don't want to get a lot of water in the car. So this is your typical stop and go traffic, Brooklyn, New York, outside of Detroit, Michigan, outside of Houston, Texas, outside of Los Angeles, California. You do have a lot of stop and go traffic here. So you just want to maintain speed. I'm at 35 right now. If I get over to the left, it's a no-go because we got bigger vehicles. And sometimes it's good to drive on roads like this. You need to learn to drive in more than one way home, because if the freeway shut down, a major accident, no blinker, right? That's very confusing. Now our view is blocked. Then I'm gonna make a lane change to the left, and I got over here, heard about 3 blinks, and now I'm gonna squeeze my brakes. I'm not an erratic lane changer. I could cut back over to the right, but it's not about that right now. We're just trying to cruise. Big storm. So you got to decide how you're going to drive. Are you going to be cutting in and out of traffic, cutting lights, risking hitting someone, or are you just going to cruise? I like to just cruise. This car has got turbo boost 2024. So we are not trying to get in that boost state, because I'm going to get over one lane to the right. I'm going to show you mirror, turn signal. See me look over my shoulder? You have to look over your shoulder. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm gonna give you inside view, outside view. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm gonna look down at my speedometer. I'm literally drifting off the road. Don't look down at your speedometer. Look ahead. So we maintain a good speed right now. I'm gonna go ahead and shift angles. Okay, so here's our view. Speed limits about 35 or 40. Maintaining. A lot of beginners will start staring at traffic left and right. We see the bus there. That's for people who don't drive, or seniors who need work. Big communities have partnerships with these communities to get seniors or adults who don't have their license to jobs, to their medical appointments. So we maintain the speed. And you know what? If we can maintain about 40, we're going to make most of these lights. And that's good fuel economy. That's staying smooth. Everything is going real nice. It's a little bumpy, but you should be fine. And I'm lifting my foot, and I'm at about 40. Now I'm going to squeeze my brake. I want you to see this. I'm slowing down sooner because it's wet out here, and I do not want to rear end a car, because if we rear end a car, we will be at fault. Hey, how are you doing? We're talking about driving in the metro area. There was a rainstorm, went through an alleyway. What's going on with you? Where are you from? What city? What state? What country? I'm in the U.S., Midwest, driver's education instructor. So occasionally what I'll do is just set up the phone, set up the camera, both hands on the wheel. Massachusetts, that's what's up. I have not been to Massachusetts. I've been to Metro Detroit. I've been through Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, California, Arlington, Texas, Wichita, Kansas. Hopefully you're enjoying this, and I'm going to let the one out and let you hear this. Listen, that's when you'll lose control. Okay. Yes, really nice places. I've been to Montreal before. And then we have a client in Brazil. So we might be traveling out there before the end of the year playing professional football. So we'll see how that goes. I used to have a passport, but it has since expired. I do have an enhanced license, but I'm going to need a passport if I'm trying to get to Brazil. Do you know how to drive? Are you over 21? And I'll put together this channel to help people learn how to drive. This is kind of a chilled, relaxed drive. You should know more than one way home, one way to a client's house, because if the main thoroughfare is blocked, then you're gonna have to take side streets, okay? So I'm squeezing my brake again, just taking my time, right? And then the other client has also been to Greece before too. So if you can, get an enhanced license so you can travel. And also you have to have the real ID. You know, a lot of states are requiring that if you're trying to get into a federal building, board an airplane, go into a nuclear power plant. And I'm not saying you're not going into a nuclear power plant. You feel what I'm saying? But you need to have the proper identification. So I'm a firm believer in that. I have a regular driver's license, a chauffeur's license, an enhanced license, and I'm a state certified driving instructor. So those endorsements are really important, and I want to maintain them to the best of my ability. So we're traveling about 30, and I can pep it up a little bit, but it's raining, and we're not trying to hit a car. And you know, sometimes people forget blinkers, they slam brakes, and I'm not trying to rear end anyone. I'm just trying to cruise. It's 40, so I'm at about 40 right now. Engine RPM is about 1100. I'm a car enthusiast, so I love automobiles. Hey, I'm gonna make a lane change. I'm gonna show you outside view, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. See, I got in the lane, and then I cancel my blinker. I don't know if you can hear the blinker. Some people like a loud blinker. Some people like a silent blinker. And I'm just scanning, and I'm getting a little close to the truck, so I'm gonna squeeze my brakes, maintain a good following distance, okay? And we're just staying chill. So they're squeezing their brakes. I don't know what they're doing. And then all of a sudden they're picking it up a little bit. So I'm just scanning the intersection left and right. I have to see that eye movement. So I'm looking for someone to maybe cut over. I have to see that eye movement. And I'm scanning. Big trucks make wide turns, so I want to stay away from them. That guy did not use a blinker. And I'm lifting my foot a little bit. I see the black vehicle, but I'm not panicking on them. Okay, see, they came out a little bit. See me hit brakes? So we're not in a hurry. We will get up to the expressway, and you'll be able to see me doing some expressway driving also too. So we're still at about 35 to 37. Nice, smooth, relaxed drive. Typically, when I go live, it's pretty much in the United States. I do have some people in the UAE, thank you, the UK, Canada. You know, the algorithm is pushing out to people who want to learn how to drive. And then I'm making my lane change up here. So I want you really to see this is a beautiful area. It's really peaceful. It's relaxed. You don't always have to go really fast on the expressway. It's kind of like giving you a little culture, you know, around this curve. And this area has really grown. A lot of people buy houses by the water, and you're gonna pay $350,000, $400,000 just to be by water. But that's what people are willing to pay, and it just varies. So I'm scanning an intersection left and right, just taking it real smooth. And if you look at it, I don't need a lot of gas. I'm just taking it real smooth, real easy, and the flow picks up. So the speed limit's 40, we're about 39, 38, right? No one's hugging the right. If I hug the right, I'm gonna hit that water and hydroplane. Okay, now I'm squeezing my brake, keeping space. And you see cars cutting in and off. And we take clients on these roads too, very smooth. You learn good speed control, good lane positioning, right? You know, all of you who are watching, did you take private lessons? Did you go through your school, your community college, or did you wait till you're 21? I'm trying to get some data so I can make new content that appeals to you, because I've been reading a lot of the comments. A lot of people are in their mid-20s, 25, 27, 30. Then I have a younger group who are 16 to 21, and these videos are very helpful. So I want to continue making this type of content for you guys to just help you, right? I'm scanning left and right, staying smooth. I'm at 40 again, and these areas are heavily patrolled, radar enforced. So if I go 45 or 55, then I'm going to be out of pocket and I'm going to get a ticket. So I don't want a ticket. You see the white car just changing lanes like that. The pace is picking up. And if you guys want me to get on an expressway, you need to tell me. If not, I can do two things. I can continue on straight, and this would be really a nice scenic route with turns, curvy roads, or I can just get on an expressway, and then we can step it up to 70, and we'll be dealing with trucks and a lot of heavier traffic. But I like this route sometimes. Very peaceful, very nice, and driving should be enjoyable. If you're not enjoying it, you have the wrong coach. If your mom and dad are screaming at you, you need to get someone who is more supportive. And in these videos, I try to give you a balance of driver's education, first person. I do put up things that are relative to helping you learn how to drive, helping you pass the test. We're cruising right now. And I just want to keep it like this. I'm in no hurry to get to my client, but also I need to get there in a reasonable time. So the speed control is really nice. We're smooth. I'm gonna let the windows down so you can kind of hear it a little bit. And that air does feel good. If you get tired, you might want to let down that window, get some fresh air in the car, and then that kind of refreshes you. If you're tired, you need to, pull over, rest for half an hour, get that power nap. And you notice I'm not hugging the right. I'm gonna go ahead and hug the right and show you what's gonna happen. See that? I don't wanna hug the right, but you wanna stay in the tracks of other vehicles. And that's what I'm trying to do. And also, a lot of cars have daytime. Whoop, I gotta squeeze my brakes. See that? And I'm squeezing real easy, not hitting them hard. I use the ball of my foot, and that's what I need you to do. Use the ball of your foot. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take you on the scenic route. I'm just gonna take my time. That car, no blinker, so that's very confusing and can be very nerve-wracking. So I need to get over one lane to the left. So you're gonna see me get over. And then you notice it gets bright, then it gets dark, so your eye has to adjust. This phone is S22 Ultra, which is fine. I will be updating by 2025. But this gives you an idea. And then I'm squeezing my brakes. And they kind of put their blinker on at the last second. And I'm just looking ahead. A lot of action here, so you're going to see a good perspective of what's going on. And so what am I doing as a driver? I'm looking ahead. I'm trying to see what cars are doing. I'm looking ahead for the green light. I'm making sure there's no debris on the road. I'm looking for metal, potholes, semi-truck retreads. Always trying to gather information. When you're driving, you should be looking ahead, road surface, looking ahead, aiming high, and you'll see my eyes moving. If you've seen my content before, and hopefully a lot of you have, and if you haven't, if you really like it, then you need to subscribe, because I'm putting out higher quality content, more music, sounds, background, because I'm learning how to be a better content creator to make it more enjoyable for you, as well as me developing the better content. So I want you to feel like you're learning something. I want you to be entertained, and I want you to enjoy. So I'm going to switch to view again. Then I'm squeezing my brakes, and there, I just squeezed my brakes real easy. And we should see the rear of the tires, which we do. We see the double yellow line, so that's the middle of the street. We're in America, so we drive on the right side of the road. The UK, Australia, India drive on the left. Their steering wheel is on the right. My steering wheel is on the left. And also what I'm doing, I'm checking my mirror. So I'm kind of looking around. Are people going to stop? Is someone going to rear end me? How's my fuel? I'm below a half a tank. My temperature is a little bit before the middle. I'm not moving The car does have an auto stop, but it is not activated right now. So the car is running at about 900 RPMs. And I'm scanning, you see me looking left and right. If you don't look left and right, you will get hit by a car, because cars will blow through this intersection. You can see the cars behind me. I'm going to switch angles. Okay, so I look left and right. And I think you're really going to like this road. It's very tricky, tight, and we made the decision because none of you said, hey, you know, go on the expressway. So I'm here right now and taking my time, and there's a red light up there, so I want to lift my foot just before the light because I will be making a left turn. If you're new, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults, I teach teens. So now I'm going to turn on my left blinker, and I'm looking for a brake so I can merge in. You'll see it right here. I look over my shoulder, I merge in. That was pretty nice. And then you want to squeeze your brakes. Keep your wheels straight. I had questions about this protect the left turn. It's blinking yellow. If it's clear, we proceed with caution. So I'm going to move forward, and now I have to wait for those cars. I'm going up to the middle, and I'm going to wait. Here's the gap. There's my space. It's like a quarter turn, and then I'm here. So you can see the white line. That's the edge line to the right. We're here in the United States. Is the road perfect? No, it's very bouncy. You can see by the phone bouncing up and down, but I have it mounted pretty good. And I'm just taking my time. And then we have a broken yellow line. So this means we can change lanes if we need to, but you want to make sure it's legal and safe. Everything's going real good right now. We're just keeping it moving. Staying smooth. And then at the light, we'll make a right turn. So now you see some warning signs. Bike trail. We have a warning sign of a traffic light ahead. At the light, we need to make a right turn. So about 100 feet or half a block, I have to signal my intention. Okay, my blinker's on, but I have a red light, so I have to stop. Now, a lot of beginners don't stop. You will fail your road test if you don't stop. You have to look. So now I'm going to switch angles. Okay, I look to the left. It's clear. I look to the right. I'm going to go ahead and turn in the nearest lane. So I'm looking in the nearest lane. And then I'm going to turn out. We have 3 lanes, and this is a one-way. All the traffic's going the same. The signs are facing us. So a lot of people aren't familiar with this area. I've seen a lot of accidents on this road. So we're just taking our time, maintain speed. Again, we're just chilling. We're just staying relaxed. We're taking our time. And I need you to be patient in your journey learning how to drive. I know you will get fulfillment and enjoyment from looking at this type of content because I'm taking you on country roads, Houston, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, Los Angeles, California, downtown Metro. So here's the stop line. I'm going to stop. That's where I'm supposed to. Yep, the car just shut off. It has to auto stop. If I take my foot off the brake, it just started back up. All right. I didn't like this at first because it's a lot of wear and tear on the starter, but a lot of cars have the auto stop to save fuel. And I've been in a vehicle before where we barely made it to the client's house. I see the white car pulling out, not stressed, taking my time. And a lot of towns, particularly in the US, those downtown hubs, you're going to have the court, you're going to have the post office, you're going to have police and fire kind of in that little central rim. And then as you go out, you'll go out to suburban areas, or you'll be going out to the country. So this is definitely one way. You see some beautiful buildings to our left and a river to our right. It's very scenic. I'm just going to squeeze my brakes and take my time. We're still on a one way. I've been to New York before. Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. We had a client who was working toward obtaining an athletic scholarship, and they did get 3 offers. So I'm scanning and just trying to maintain speed. We see the sheriff to the right, but we're legal. We're doing everything we need to do. And you will see them tearing down this building. Take my time, going real smooth. And this curve tends to give clients a really difficult time too. I'm just looking around the curve as best that I can. We're still on a one-way. So these outer areas of the city can be very confusing. These 2 lanes have to turn right. The middle lane goes straight. I'm gonna signal my intention. I'm going really smooth. I'm trying to stay in my lane. Okay. You'll hear this vehicle to my left, trying to pick up that turbo boost. Just maintain the speed, so they're going faster than the flow, obviously, so you can see them just flying through for nothing, not really going anywhere. And then sometimes the police park on the opposite side of the street, and when you go around, you see them, then you get a ticket. So what you've noticed, I've stopped less than 10 times because I have a really good speed control, and I'm just trying to be as smooth and deliberate as possible. And that's what you want. You want to be smooth, you want to be deliberate, and just want to take your time. Okay, I'm going to make a lane change. I'm going to get over. Woo. I'm going to take my time. The bus may or may not stop at the railroad tracks, so I'm just scanning. You see one, try not to make lane changes through the intersections. That's a really bad habit I used to have, and it took me a long time to break that habit. It really did. Maintain a good speed. Trying to stay smooth, and again, now we're going to be into a 2-way. We got our chevron alignment signs to the left. And then, of course, be aware of speed limit changes. And you can see that water to the right coming off that truck, that mist. If you see that, then this means that hydroplaning could occur. It's starting to rain again. I'm going to activate the windshield wipers. And speaking of wipers, you need to change those, as soon as possible. Could be once a year, once every 2 years. You want to examine your wiper blades. And you notice everyone's about the same speed because, again, this area is radar enforced too. So we're not trying to get a ticket. We're trying to maintain good speed, good balance. Okay, I'm going to get over. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to get over one lane to the right. So I looked, I checked, and my blinker's off. So I'm trying to maintain good speed, good space, stay balanced, and I'm looking ahead as far as possible. All right, so I'm looking ahead as far as possible, and I'm off the gas again. So really, if you look at it, we've been a maximum of about 45 miles an hour and had minimal stops and trying to have good speed control and squeeze that brake. Take our time, and that's what I am trying to do, is just take my time. I want to see the rear of the tires on the ground. So let's review. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults, I teach teens. In the beginning of the video, we were on a flooded road. I pulled into a driveway, actually it was an alleyway, and I was next to a K9 training facility. We saw a very big dog, about 110 pounds, come out. We waited. It took me about 3 minutes because cars were making right turns. I couldn't just back out. So also we learned the rules of the right of way. I'm the side road. I have to yield. Then I did my 3-point turnaround. I pulled in, I reversed back to my left, and then I did a complete turn and I went to the left again. I went through the alleyway. And then from the alleyway, we went to another main thoroughfare. We had to yield. So you saw I had to wait. No blinker for him. I had to wait. And then as a result, it took 3 or 4 minutes right? Took 3 or 4 minutes. I'm squeezing my brake here. I'm giving you the elements you need. So, and then from there, after I squeezed my brake, I had to get over to the right. I decided not to take the expressway. We took surface streets. And then when you're driving in surface streets, and then I want to give you a warning about these fast food places. People are sticking french fries in their nose. We got Arby's, Golden Arches, people sticking french fries in their nose, and they'll just pull out right in front of you. So I'm trying to maintain good speed and be as smooth as possible. And if you look at this information, you're trying to take your road test, you're trying to learn how to drive, these videos are for you because you're going to learn the fundamentals, staying smooth, taking my time, and then you're going to learn how to drive. So I want to say thank you, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Bye.